Hey everyone, Kyri here, and I'm going to be showing you how to do the new phone trend on TikTok where the phone flips from the image to show another transition. So I'm using the example of Nylea, and what you're going to do is use the Funimate objects of the phone. You have to try and replicate the phone, so try find an image where they're holding one of the phones in the keyframes, so luckily they've got the same phone. So I'm going to show you the steps on how to create it. So you're going to import an image, which I've already imported, which has the phone in it. I'm going to duplicate it and go to mask. Now, I'm going to click portrait because it saves some time by already masking the person out. Now I'm going to increase it and just clean it up a bit. So there always is a little bit of parts that aren't fully masked out, but it's quite simple to just get rid of it to make it look as clean as possible. Now it doesn't have to be exact because one of the layers will just be the behind layer, but it's best to get it as perfect as you can. Now if you do ever accidentally take some out, you can always just fill it back in. I like using feather for the cleaner look because it makes it look a lot smoother and more realistic. So I know it looks a bit choppy, but you won't be able to notice it. Now I'm going to duplicate that again, go back into mask and go to the eraser and erase out everything but her hand. So I'm going to zoom in and do that. So it doesn't have to be as perfect, but that looks good. Now what we're gonna do is go and add a new image. So you can add it, which I'm just gonna unhide it because I've already added it, and I'm going to make a group. So if you go into edit, you can create a transition or just an image, or you can edit it. In this one, I'm just going to add an AI effect of holy. So in this is what the phone's going to flip up to of your choice. So I'm just going to do an image. Now you go to keyframes, go to 3D and find the phone. So luckily the same phone is in here. Now I'm just going to rotate it and try and replicate the color. I'm going to go around here. Now there is a bit of lighting on the top left, so I'm just going to add a simple light around the top like that. Maybe increase the radius a bit. Okay. So now what we're going to do is position it and scale it so it fits into the position of the phone. Perfect. Now I'm going to put it behind the hand layer so it looks like this. So I'm probably going to start off with the hand transition so it's a lot neater. So what I'm going to do is anchor the hand from where I want it to rotate, and then I'm going to move it back. Now I'm going to go to rotation keyframe, add a keyframe, and then move it to where I want it to end and just move it out a bit. Now I'm going to add a middle graph, so it's going to look like this. I might make it a bit faster, and I'm going to copy the curve so it's smooth with all of the other transitions. So I'm also going to add this marker so I know exactly where to finish it. Now I'm going to go to the next iPhone frame and go into phone and click the Y rotation. And then also add one at the start. So to make it exactly backwards, I needed to make it negative 180 and then twist it to 1. So let me custom, and then paste curve, or if you want, you can add your own curve. So it looks like this basically. Now from the exact same spot, I'm going to go to transform, add a position keyframe and a scale keyframe. Go to the start and add the same. Now make sure on the second one is where you increase the scale and move it to the middle of your screen. I'm going to add the same curves, so just make sure I paste them. And then if you want, you can do the transition back to where it started, but that's optional. I'm just going to leave it like this for now. So I'll show you what it looks like so far. Now, if you want to make the background less noticeable, how there's a hand and it just looks a bit uneven, what you can do is group these layers in the back. And then once it starts moving, you can add a blur effect. So I'm just gonna add Minimax Blur and just blur it out. So the focus is on the main focus, which is the phone. And now this is optional. You can add your own sort of effects in the background, maybe some lighting, some coloring, some flicker. I'm gonna add some. Starting from here. And this is the final result.